Welcome back to the channel. It's Raider Anonymous, and we just took a loss to the Chicago Bears. They're not a very good team. And what does that say about us, right? We got the Colts coming up on Sunday. I really have no expectations on how the Raiders are going to do. I mean, anything can happen in the NFL, right? The Giants, they just beat the Chargers. So the Raiders have a chance. Yeah, they have a chance. But as of now, I have no expectations on if the Raiders are going to win or lose. I really don't. I think the Colts are overrated. I don't think the NFL has them ranked like 6th or 7th in the league this week. I think they're way overrated. This Daniel Jones, we know how he's performed in the past. So I don't know. I really don't have any expectations for the Raiders. Kudos to the Colts. They're doing well. I wish the Raiders were doing well. But let's hear Lincoln Kennedy's point of view on what's going on with Geno Smith and the Raiders. And we'll critique it as we go along. All right, here we go.
Yeah, let's get to Geno. I'm shocked that he's struggling at this level at home.
Yeah, we're all shocked.
And I think Geno breaks the huddle. He's breaking it in time. He has the ability to change the play.
Okay, right there. I really don't see Geno calling audibles. Do you guys? I mean, there's a lot of time left on that play clock. I don't think Geno's calling audibles. I've seen him switch plays from left to right. I've seen Ashton Jeanty line up on one side and get switched to the other side. He might change a route that one of the receivers are running, but he ain't changing the play. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know if he's allowed to change the play.
He's got good offensive weapons, and on some of the turnovers, I think the protection's a little bit off in front of him, but several of them, he's just thrown it to a spot. And you and I were sitting in the booth, Lincoln, and he was literally staring at the safety and throwing it to him. You could see that the Bears were jumping routes, and they knew the ball was coming their way.
All right, JT explained it right there, and Lincoln's going to go further into how Geno processes the defense, and this is why he's not changing the play. I think he has an idea based on what he's seeing from the defense on where he wants to go with the ball and who he thinks is going to be open, and that's why he keeps making these risky passes and threading that ball in there, because he thinks a certain receiver is going to be open at a certain time based on what he's seeing.
The Bears took a page out of what the Chargers did on that Monday night game. They knew that they could disguise their Tampa 2, but more importantly, they also knew that they could jump. The safety could jump not on the first vertical route, the second vertical route, because he knew that was the window that Geno likes to throw between the safety and the corner in that type of defense. And the safeties, he's thrown 3 interceptions this year, and it's only been 4 games.
This is an offensive lineman. Even he knows. He knows what Geno's doing. He could see it. Okay, what does that say about our offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly? You know, why isn't he making the necessary changes? Why is he still rolling with this same offense? The only reason why Ashton Jeanty and Mostert got more carries in the second half and were able to pick up their yards is because Geno came out of the third quarter on the third play and threw an interception. And Pete probably told Chip, take the ball out of Geno's hands.
The safeties are watching that. They're staring him down. They know he's not going to take that seam route. He's going to take that outer edge go route. And look, you're sitting next to a Hall of Fame corner who can explain it better than I can. That Tampa 2, when you disguise it well, can be a good defense. But when you decide that you're going to go, you have your mind made up at the snap of the ball where you want to go with the football, that leads to turnovers.
So that brings me to coaching staff. If you know that's the issue, how do you fix that if you're Chip Kelly, if you're Pete Carroll? How do you fix that along with Geno Smith?
Yeah, they've known this for 4 weeks, yet there's no changes, right? We didn't do very well against the Patriots. Even though we won the game, I don't think we did very well against the Patriots. And then the Chargers game, I really didn't think we were going to beat the Chargers. They're too good. I thought we had a chance against the Commanders, but we have a knack of making backup quarterbacks look good. And then I thought we were going to win this game. But I don't see any changes that Chip Kelly has made. The defense has gotten better. The offensive line played better against the Bears, but we lost Colton Miller. He was our best offensive lineman. And if you look at all of the big runs that we had, Ashton Jeanty and Mostert, they were all to the left side. They were all to Colton Miller's side, and we lost them. So we're going to have to see.
You have to develop those short and intermediate passing games to build confidence for your quarterback. That's what you're looking to do. Whether it's, double slants, whether it's anything, you got to get away from the tunnel and the bubble screens. That's almost just like
If you notice Chip Kelly's plays, if you watch the receivers' routes, they're 15 yards and up. And the other team defenses, they know this. So if the running back runs a short route or a tight end runs a short route, they're manned up and they're covered. So all these long plays, and the offensive line isn't giving Geno enough time for the wide receivers to finish their routes and to get open. So once again, we're going back to the offensive coordinator on this one. And ultimately, Pete's the head coach and he's in charge. So they all should be noticing these things.
An aggressive outside run. That's not a pass. But it does help build confidence for a quarterback. The other thing is that because the Raiders aren't a big screen team, inner screen team, not the bubble screens, not the tunnel screens or the tunnel screens to the wide receiver, because they're not a big screen team, that's another way that you can build confidence in completion. Geno Smith has been under such duress the first 3 games from the lack of the offensive line protecting. It's still a lot of pressure for this quarterback because he doesn't really have that pocket sense right now of how much time he has. So the pre-snap read comes down the line, EA and JT. You're looking at the pre-snap read, and you're like, okay, I've got the second route that's going to come open here, intermediate. This should be open. But, man, do I have enough time to wait for that?
Listen to what he just said.
I'm always amazed when defenses stand out because there are times the rules, in my opinion, have always been over to make the offense better than the defense because they want to see scores. This defense held the Bears, a professional football team, to 2 yards rushing in the first half. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like I said, the defense played a lot better, but it doesn't seem like the team is clicking, all at the same time. We had the defense plays good, but Geno Smith plays bad, or Geno Smith plays good and the offensive line can't block. If it's not one thing, it's the other. When is a team going to play cohesively? When are they all going to come together? And that's the head coach's. That's up to the head coach. And I think Pete, because every single game I'm seeing changes, right? I didn't think that, the offensive line did great against the Patriots. We really didn't. Ash and Genty couldn't get rolling, even though we won the game. Patriots are just a bad team, but the defense against the Chargers, we played pretty good. Only held them to 20 points. And they're a high scoring offense. So I think the defense did good. I think what happens is, especially against the Bears, the defense is out there so much. They get tired, right? They held the Bears to 2 yards rushing, and I think they had total of 90 or 91 yards in the first half. And then, the turnovers and the 3 and outs and the defense is constantly on the field. These guys get tired. The offense has to step up and control the ball. They need to give the defense a break.
Are we talking about our defense? I'm not talking about the 85 Bears. I'm not talking about the 2000 Ravens. I'm talking about our held them to 2 yards. And when you're playing at that level, the defense gave this offense every opportunity it needed to win the game.
Exactly.
If the offense was much more fluid, they should have won the game. You lost to the Bears. The Bears aren't a very good team. Hell, the Patriots aren't a very good team. There are a lot of very good teams out there. I'm not really sure where to put the Raiders right now because it's only been week 4. But a lot of things have to happen. And this is complementary football. When the defense plays that well, the offense needs to follow suit.
All right, guys, looking ahead at the Colts game, I really don't have any expectations. I mean, I'm going to enjoy the game. I'm going to cheer for the Raiders. I'm going to cheer for the silver and black. I want to win that game. I'm not expecting to. But let's see if Pete can get Geno Smith back on track. And let's see if the team can play together and everybody can play good. And I think if they do, we can win that game. But as of now, I don't have any expectations. The Raiders are 7-point underdogs. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.